So you guys, welcome to another video of Home and Garden with Nick. Look at me. What am I like? Okay, disaster. Do you ever do something and wonder why you started? So, I needed to have new stones put around the house. And also I wanted to widen the drive a little bit slightly because every time we get a delivery or a truck needs to come up, they always churn up the edge of the ground and it makes an awful mess, especially in winter. So I wanted to widen the driveway a little bit. So I, in my wisdom, thought I could undertake this task solely by myself with the help of a workaway. And we're getting there, we're getting there. So we've had our stone laid all around the house, we've spread it. We just need to do a little bit more finishing touches to it. Chris will show you that a bit later. And you can hear there's a chainsaw in the background. We are clearing a whole wooded area full of that dreadful cherry laurel tree that literally is a weed that just drops and a new tree grows. And we need to clear it because it's going through the nice mature trees, it's blocking the light and they're getting weak. And then when the storms come, they're the ones that are falling, not the laurel. Willoughby's out doing his job and Scooter's sunbathing. And Scooter's not happy because Willoughby's trespassing. We're going to continue on today with, we've got a spread. We've had 2 lorry loads of 10 ton of stone. One for the gravel, for the driveway, and the other one is for down the laneway. And actually they delivered me the wrong gravel from the quarry. I wanted a bigger gravel and they sent me this very small pea gravel. Anyway, it's down. It was thrown on the ground before I realized. And we're just going to spread it and get on. This is my new arch, which is the entrance into the Buddha Walk. This has all got to be painted. I built this late last year and the weather was just too bad, so I never got around to painting it. So that's going to be painted in a lovely bright red. And that would, you can see the piles of stones here, which all need to be spread out. The window boxes all along the drive have got the wildflowers in them and they've all come back this year. I planted them very late last year and they didn't do very well, but they seem to be doing well this year. And in the field, I don't know if you can see the lovely big brown cow, and she's got a little baby which is less than a week old. And then there's also 4 lovely black and white baby calves. Okay, so this is the big area where we've taken down all the massive cherry laurel trees, which we have a lot of clearing still to do. And we've got to get the roots and the trunks out of the ground with the digger. This big one here, Erhard managed to get out. I don't know how, but he did. And yeah, I know this is not going to be more garden. I'm determined it's not going to be more garden. This is going to be where I'm going to put a big metal container for storage. Okay, you guys, just going to show you a couple of things that's in flower at the moment because they'll probably almost be finished by the time we open. This is the echium, and as you can see, it's gone way up and it's got all hundreds and hundreds of thousands of blue tiny flowers. And that'll probably be out full by the time we open the garden. But here we have a small one. This one is going to be for not next year, the year after. So by next year, it should be about this tall and it will palm out, and then the year after it will spire and they will die. However, we found a few babies around. So we've some of them were in pots. We've taken them out. That's where they scatter wherever they want, and we've put them into the ground. Look at this beautiful Solomon seal, or monk's bead, as it's also known. It's in full flower and it's absolutely exquisite. And I just hope that the slugs and snails don't get to it, because last year it was like a pair of lace curtains. It was all serrated from the slugs and the snails. The rhododendron is out in bloom at the moment. Nice white rhododendron. That flowers twice, this one. It flowers again at the end of the year. And after this, when it's break time, join me inside where I'm going to be making the most delicious gluten-free almond cake. So it's made with almond flour because I've got a friend coming over for tea and she is gluten intolerant. So we shall make that. I have made it before. It is delicious. Here is the barberus, and that's in full flower at the moment. The most beautiful orange coloured flowers. Really lovely. And then my wedding cake viburnum is down here, and it's in full flower also. And actually, one of my azaleas is about to come out in the most beautiful burnt orange colour. There should be 2. I don't know where the other one has gone or disappeared to. I think it's over the back of the pond. Okay. My tetrapanax is coming back, which I am absolutely thrilled about. And this lovely phlomis is ready to flower as well. But the wedding cake viburnum is just stunning. And here is a small puris tree, which we put into a pot. Was it last year? Yeah. Oh, look at this beautiful Japanese acer tree. I didn't realise, I forgot we had this one here. It's come back really well as also. The Melanthus Major is a bit poor this year, Chris. Don't know what's happened to it. It's got to get a bit of weeding anyway. Everything's got to be done. The skunk cabbage is looking lovely. It's got 2 or 3 beautiful big flowers on, which are almost like the lily, you know, is it the arum lily? The one that's, yeah, similar to that. And that's the skunk cabbage. And again, that was gifted to me by another lady who's got a secret garden, and it was a baby that size. But now it has been in the ground about 5 years. But I think when I saw her one, it was that impressive. It was that big. And then as we're going around the back of the pond, I don't know if I did ever show you this before. Nice acer tree that I planted last year or the year before, I can't remember. This acer tree I planted, it can't be that long ago, but look at the size of it. I mean, maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago maximum, and it's huge. Yeah, well, we won't say where it's from, Chris. We're not advertising for Lidl, dear. This is the gunnera, which gets very big, and the leaves, it loves this position because it's moist and it's shaded, and the leaves get ginormous, and very often they come across the pathway and I have to cut them because otherwise you can't pass. He butchered my acer tree, this one. Okay, you guys. Anyway, now that all that hard renovation, excavation work outside is put to a halt for today, I won't say it's finished because it's nowhere near finished. However, putting it to bed for today, we're parking it, or I have just parked it, and I've come inside because I need to make this delicious gluten-free almond and orange cake for you. For you and for my friend who's coming for tea, as she's gluten intolerant. I'm also going to be making this cake on the open days for the garden because we forget about our gluten-free people, and we have all these lovely cakes and they can't have anything. So this cake is just a doddle to make. And Scooter could make it. I'm sure he has made it at night time when I've been sleeping some nights. When I hear commotion going on in the kitchen, people say to me, oh, it's the ghost. The ghost of the abyss. I say, no, it's Scooter. Okay, oven temperature, 160 fan, 350 Fahrenheit, gas mark 4. Get it on. Let me run through the list of ingredients here. There's not very many ingredients for this cake at all, but let me run through the list of ingredients for you. And they are 4 large eggs divided. So you want your yolks in one bowl and another bowl for your whites. You also need an 8 or 9 inch springform cake tin, which I've just lined with a circle of greaseproof paper. You need, if you're good at all this splitting eggs, then that's okay. I'm not very good, so I'll do it with that. And your ingredients are 4 large eggs, I've got 5 medium, 150 grams of caster sugar, 1 large orange, which I've zested and I've squeezed. And we're going to use both. 120 mils of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of almond extract, good quality almond extract, 3 cups of almond flour, which I have to say to you, I was shocked. When I went to the supermarket the other day, almond flour was like €7.50. Let me know if it's that expensive where you come from. I must love my friend very much, no? Normal flour is €2-3 a pack. A kilo. This was 300 gram bag. Okay. Half a teaspoon of baking powder and some sliced almonds, some sliced flake almonds for over the top to give it some extra crunch. Delicious, served warm with a little bit of cream, freshly whipped cream or ice cream. So, super simple to make. Let's get on with it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to separate our eggs. So we're going to separate our whites from our yolks. Can you believe Chris just stopped me from filming to tell me my straps on my hoodie were annoying him because one was longer than the other? Honestly, if only he knows what I go through sometimes. Okay, so let's do our egg into our bowl. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my caster sugar in here because I'm going to put my eggs in with it. And what I want to do is I want to check my egg first that it's okay. Yes, and I'm going to use my egg splitter to get my yolk separated from the white. And my yolk's going in there. That's one. As the saying goes, there's always a bad egg. Who is the bad egg in your life? Okay, so just whisk your egg whites, your egg yolks and your sugar together until they're nice and pale and fluffy. going to add in our oil, to add in our orange juice. We're going to add in our orange zest. Oh, that lovely fragrant orange zest. Now remember, the tip I gave you in the last video was I should have added the orange zest to the sugar and left it, but I'm doing this in kind of a little bit of a hurry, so I didn't have time. So, oh, it smells amazing. In there, just incorporate that. Okay, and then we're going to add our teaspoon of almond extract. Add our half teaspoon of baking powder. Give that a mix, and then we're going to fold in our flour, and then we're going to whisk our egg whites separately. So we're just going to fold in our flour until it's incorporated. We're not going to mix it too much. Put that there. To whisk our egg whites, and we're going to fold them in a dollop at a time until they're incorporated and loosen up. And they're what will add lightness to a typically dense cake, because it's a almond flour as opposed to a self-raising flour or a cream flour. So that's what... Now we're going to whisk our egg whites to light and pale fluffy. Okay, that's what you're looking for. So soft peaks like so. Okay, we're going to be as gentle as we can with this. We're going to do... What we don't want to do is we don't want to knock out all the air we've just created into those egg whites. So we're just going to slacken up the mixture a little bit. You hear me sounding like a professional. Slacken up. Loosen up the mix a little bit whilst incorporating those lovely, delicious, fluffy, marshmallowy egg whites. I must tell my friend about her chickens. I'm not very happy at the size of their eggs at the moment that they're laying. I find she'll start laying eggs then, giving out to me. So if she says to me, oh, your cake's a bit dense or a bit heavy, I'll say to her, I wonder why. It's because the eggs the chickens are laying are not very big. And I'm actually convincing myself, because this doesn't have flour and it's gluten-free, it sounds very healthy, doesn't it? So this is a healthy cake, everyone. Let me know. Okay, they're incorporated. We're not going to do any more than that. And we're going to get them into our tray. We're going to get that into our tray. I'm going to sprinkle with those lovely flaked almonds, and they'll get nice and golden while cooking. This is going to take about 45 minutes in the oven. And then we're going to let it cool, and we're going to just simply dust it with some icing sugar, powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar, whatever you like to call it. That's it, folks. You don't need to spread it. You don't need to do anything. You just need to sprinkle your almonds. I'm going to put lots of almonds because I love almonds, and it'll give this cake a lovely crispy crunch. If you don't particularly want the almonds, or you've got a young child and you're afraid of them choking, or like me, look at me, Chris. If you're living with somebody who's slightly on the elderly side and their teeth are not the best, or their swallow is not the best, maybe omit the almonds. Or if you want rid of them, put extra. Decision is yours. Into the oven, and we'll see when it comes out. The orange tastes really nice. That's good. While the cake is in the oven, let me show you quickly. Chris is going to go mad because he doesn't want me talking about them. Look at his beautiful paintings. He's been taking this up as a hobby. And I'm hoping that when we do the garden open for charity, that we're going to put Chris's beautiful paintings, and let's let an auction happen and see who bids the highest for them, and we'll get rid of them and we'll make some extra money for charity. Chris hasn't quite agreed to it yet, but I'm working on it. So here we have a beautiful frog, which maybe I'm biased, but I think for a beginner artist, somebody who's never painted before, I think that's absolutely exquisite. And moving on, this beautiful painting of a woman riding a horse. She almost looks angel-like with her wings.
Pagan.
Oh, pagan, sorry. Celtic, I would have said. Very Irish. So there we are. You know, maybe they might be in Monet's gallery sometime soon and I'll be a multimillionaire. This is a beautiful painting. This is of an Irish, what do we call her? A Celtic what's Queen Maeve? A warrior queen, an Irish Celtic warrior queen. There you are. And then these beautiful roses. They're stunning. So I've been told not to harp on about them. I've just given you a quick preview. There you are. So I hope you like them. If any millionaires out there want to commission Chris to do a painting, get in touch with me and I'll certainly see what I can do. Now I've got to get cleared up. Okay, cake is out of the oven. It's cooled, completely cold. And now I'm going to just dust it with some lovely icing sugar. And then we're going to have a little try. Try before you buy, I say. Now, please do tell me that you think that looks absolutely wonderful. And one of the most simplest cakes in the world to make. Let's cut a slice. Scooter is waiting anxiously.
You're on, dear.
Let's have a try. And that is from, come close, Chris. You normally do come close. You can see the steam arising from it. It's still hot. Served with a delicious blob of fresh cream, which I don't have. I will get. Oh my God. For a gluten-free cake that normally, when I hear the words gluten-free, I think of stone in the pan. Absolutely amazing. I don't want to stop. Scooter, come and tell the viewers what you think. There's nothing in here you can't have. Is it Peggy worthy or not? Not that I care. Chris, would you like to try some? Speak or forever hold your peace.
Absolutely delicious.
Good. I've just finished that whole piece. Well, with the help of Scooter and Chris. So you go. If you don't do nothing else in the world and you've got a gluten intolerant friend, make them this cake. They will adore you because it's absolutely beautiful. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. And follow me to see what happens in that big area that I've cleared. Maybe nothing. Scooter, why are you looking at me? You're not getting any more. Huh?